love being a lawyer, but the thing I hate about the business of lawyering is that the legal industry is very slow on the innovative uptick. And what happens is when you step outside of the sandbox that lawyers are accustomed to, people freak out. And I think that oftentimes causes people to retreat back into that sandbox instead of stepping outside of it and doing something creative and innovative. And so I want to talk about the importance of following your path, which may not be the path that people are accustomed to. So when I started, it'll be a year now, doing these vlogs, people freaked out. I had so many messages like, what are you doing? What do you think you're about to become, some sort of lawyer influencer? Are you not practicing anymore? Because it just wasn't a common practice in terms of branding and marketing. And had I let those negative comments and the criticism and the sly remarks affect what I was doing, I probably would have stopped. And I will be honest with you and tell you that there were some nights where I thought to myself, what am I doing? Who do I think I am? Right? Who out there wants to listen to me? But after months of doing this and getting so many messages of support from people in other countries and other states and other cities, I realized that I was on the right path. And that's going to happen to you. There are so many things that we as lawyers do because they've always been done that way. But we won't know a new way of doing them until someone else has done it and been successful. And sometimes that has to be you. You cannot allow people to pull you off of your path when it is not theirs, when they have no understanding of it, right? But you also do need to have the support, right? To know that maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel of what I'm doing, that maybe there is success at the end of the road and at the top of that ladder, right? So what do? You've got to find your people, right? And the people who are more like you and who think like you and who have similar goals as you are not always the people you think they're going to be. It's not always your sorority sisters. It's not always your friends from high school. It's not always your buddies from college. Sometimes it's not even the coworkers that you are surrounded with. I have mentors and friends across the country who are interested in similar ideas, who have become my support group. And that's the only thing we have in common. But they have become such an important aspect of my life. And so I encourage you, find your people to support your dreams. How do you find your people, right? If you're like me, who is an extroverted introvert, the thought of meeting new people is sometimes terrifying, but you have to step outside of your comfort zone. So find the conferences that are aligned with your goals. Find the people who are doing something similar to what you either are trying to do or what you are doing, and reach out to those people. I have not ever once reached out to someone who was doing something that I was interested in and had them say, I have no desire to talk to you about that, Sarah. Not one time have I approached someone at a conference and expressed interest in what they do. And not one time have I faced rejection, right? But when I was in my hotel room practicing my approach speech, I saw all of the negatives, right? I just knew that I'd be laughed at and rejected and their backs turned on me. And that just doesn't happen, because when you find your people, they recognize in you that they have also found their people. And you will build the most amazing connection of support. But what you cannot do is sit in your office and just toil away, because the critics will always be in your ear, and the critics will come in there without invitation. So you have to surround yourself with your people so that you create a barrier to bounce that criticism off, so that you can continue to become the new normal. And 10 years from now, the thing that you are doing will be the way that it is done. So I challenge you, send that email, make that phone call, slide into those DMs, right? Find your people and tune out the critics.